Okay, everyone, welcome to the webinar, live webinar. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the foreign exchange automated trading. All right. Hey, here I am. So, everyone, I'm Chris, and I'm going to basically be your host. Basically, talking about the Forex market automated trading. That's what I do. I do automated trading. Yeah, so this is what I call my farm. Okay, so I have like a lot of charts open. These are the best working charts that has very specific EAs in it. Okay, so this webinar is going to be about maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Today's Friday. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. So it's going to be a very simple webinar, just talking about expert advisors, automated trading. It's been a very successful week for me. Made a lot of money in the Forex using all these EAs. Okay. And if you notice, I have different EAs here that are still in development. I'm not selling these yet. Like this one right here, I'm trying this one out, and this one's been rocking. This one right here, it's on a 4-hour chart. This one's pretty good. This is the one I'm selling on the website. So basically, if you notice, they're all on like 1 hour, 4-hour charts, maybe 30 minutes, depends on the EA. The lower you go in your time frame, the more risky your EA will become, basically. Because in anything lower below 1 hour, the frequency of the charts is basically up and down with the candles. If you guys notice, I have a Canadian accent, so basically, hopefully you can understand my words. So yeah, so everything's in 4 hours, some are daily. This one is daily right here, right? So when they pass a certain point, it does a very specific jobs like sell or buy. So when this happens right here, like it will buy right here, okay? And these are just charts I'm just trying out right now, okay? But then overall, you grow this farm, what I call, like it's like a bunch of crops, and they all make money. So all these charts make money. All right, so into the webinar. First of all, thanks for joining. So, quick question we got to ask ourselves before we get into the automated trading is why Forex? Why are we trading in the Forex market instead of the stock market or anything else like Bitcoin? Well, I'm probably in the same shoes as you, where Forex market is just a lot more faster. Okay, the stock market's really slow. You can still make money in the stock market, but it's really slow. Like the trends are really slow. But in the Forex market, everything is rocking. It's really fast. Depends on what day it is, what's happening, what's the news, right? Best thing about these EAs, the automated trading, they don't work based on news. They just base on what's happening in on the charts. It doesn't care if who's going to be the next president or who's going to be or what's happening with the banks or what's happening with all that. It does not care about any of that. That's the best thing about these EAs because has no emotions. It just trades on okay, so when a candle passes a certain point, I need to make a trade. I need to get in, right? So that's why we work with Forex market because we can make a killing with this. Now, there's a thing out in public right now. You cannot make a living with Forex market. Like 87% fail in the Forex market. Now, that is true. That is very true. But we can fix that. I found a way to fix that. I'll get into that story later of how I discovered these EAs basically, and I actually built all these, right? So basically, the belief system of everyone basically is like the Forex market is very dangerous, it's very risky. We all know it is. have you ever got into a trend or you entered a trend? It's going up, right? You buy in, you think it's a very good point, and all of a sudden it just reverses, right? It just reverses on you within seconds. That happens all the time. Let's look at a chart real fast. Euro. Okay, so I don't like the grid, so let's take off the grid. This is the MT4 platform. This is the platform you need to have for your expert advisors. There's other ones like TradeStations and all that, but this is the one I use. Okay, so sometimes when you enter a trade, like right here, you get in and also like it just dips. So if we're in this trade and just dips like this, that would wipe out our account, right? So that's the hard part about the forex market. But there's beauty in these dips like that. So with this giant dip like that, that could actually be profitable for us. Okay, not for the outside investors. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking everyone in this webinar right now into basically my trading room, and where we have a different mindset at this point. Okay, we want the market to kind of dip like that. We want it to fail and we want it to rise. We want the world to be crazy because we could benefit from it. Now that's sad to say, but there's money in everything. There's so much opportunity. Okay. So automated trading is the way to go, and I'm going to tell you why later. Okay. So what is automated trading? Automated trading is basically a plugin. It's super simple plugin. You just drop it onto your platform, right? And so you just drop it onto your platform and you just turn on the play button and make sure it has a little smiley face on her. And then you just let it go. You just let it trade all night. Okay. Now there's some rules that we need to go by. Okay. So certain rules we need to set on what days we need to have our robot on. Okay. So sometimes when you buy a robot in the forex market, basically like the market of selling expert advisors, a lot of them don't work, right? And they're very expensive, but a lot of them don't work. I know I bought a lot of expert advisors in for my trading, and it worked for like a while, and then it stopped working. Have you ever has that happened to you? Um, just put in a little comment like yes or something. And so basically, I needed to figure out a way to fix that. And I actually came across a friend that built EAs, right? So I used to work at a restaurant, and when I worked at the restaurant, I was just a server. I was not making a lot of money at all, and I was like, man, I got to get out of this place. I need to get out of this. And one of my friends uh, texts me. He says, "Hey, I want you to come over. Come check out the house, right? That I'm staying in, right?" So I'm like, "Okay, I'll come and visit you." So he invited me to a family dinner. Basically, it was a family dinner. So I'm driving there. I got the directions. At that time, it was like MapQuest. I was like, just looking on paper how to get there. So I'm getting there, and this was in Chatsworth, California, and I was driving by all these big palm trees, and the houses were getting more luxury and a little more luxury. And then I got to this gated community, and told them my name and all that. They let me in, and I was like, man, I want to know what my friend's parents do for a living. I gotta ask them. Um, I was just thinking in my head how could I get myself into a house like this where it was like a mansion, it was a big mansion, all these nice cars out there. Um, so I pull up to this big mansion, and I was turns out I was like really early. So my friend greets me. I get in. I walk into the house or the big mansion and looking around, and obviously it's like everyone just kind of moved in. There's no furniture, nothing like that yet. Um, and then I see my friend's parents in the background playing tennis, wearing all white, white shirts, white shorts, and I told my friend, I'm gonna ask your mom and dad what they do for a living because I this is amazing. So, and he just smiled at me. He's like, okay, and then so the parents finally came in to the house, like into dinner, and they're like, hey, it's my first time meeting them, and I introduced myself, and I had to ask the dad or the mom and the mom. And I was like, all right, what do you guys do, and how could I get here? Like, how could I buy this big house? What do you guys do for a living? And the father said, well, we're retired. And the mom said, and this isn't even our house. And I was like, huh? What? And then the mom said, well, no, it's Jacob's house, and that's my friend's name. And I'm like, huh? What? I was so confused. And it turns out it was my friend's mansion. And he didn't tell me, and he was just messing with me, like inviting me, and obviously he was inviting me to show off, but I I turned to him, I'm like, how the heck did you get this mansion? And it blew me by surprise. And he's like, all right, let me show you something. And then said bye to the mom and dad, and he took me into his trading room. Well, he opened the door, and he had like a bunch of monitors everywhere, and they all had like, it was kind of like this. It was like a farm on his all his monitors, and he told me I do foreign exchange, and I knew what foreign exchange was, and I never really got into it. He says, and all these charts, they're all trading automatically for me. They're like robots, and he had like 50 of them. Like it was just crazy, and I was like, what? And then I told him, you got to tell me the secret. You have to tell me the secret. How do you do this? So he told me, he taught me everything from that day. He's been like my mentor, and he made it. He made it into the system. So I kind of adopted all his fundamentals, and I know there's a lot of people out there that kind of was in the same that was in the same shoes as me. Like, you want to like live successful, like have basically retire yourself and just have your computer trade for you, and that's the beauty of the forex market. And especially with expert advisors, you just let the expert advisors do all the work for you. Now, before I was tr- before I was kind of got into the expert advisors, I was trading like by myself as in person, making the trades, and it turns out I was like losing all the time. I'm sure a lot of you could relate to that. This, you enter a trade and it reverses on you, and then you wipe out your account, and oh, I got to get in, and then you lose, right? Yeah, I've been there. It happens to me all the time back in the day. But then I got introduced to the expert advisors, and I started building the expert advisors, put them on here, did some back testing. We'll talk about that if you don't know what that is. Make sure the EAs work, right? Now, on the mark in the real world, a lot of people don't believe in expert advisors because they have bad experience with expert advisors that they buy. Um, so here's 3 tips. Tip number 1: you have to update your expert advisor. You're basically yearly, sometimes quarterly. If your expert advisor starts failing, you need to adjust the settings on it because the the market or the trend or the pair is shifting, right? So the nature of your pair is moving into a different direction, and your expert advisor needs to follow that movement. Okay. So when people sell their expert advisors, like at a MT4 store or something, they're not adjusting to the market. They just said, "Here's your EA, do do whatever you want to it." Well, I had to fix that. That had to stop, especially for a lot of people watching right now. Like, I'm on your side, and Matt, and I'm just here to tell you my experience with all this. Another thing is, tip number 2 is timing. That is very, very important about timing, because when should the robots turn on? When should it start trading? Right? That's very important because you just don't want to be trading all day and all night. It has to be at a very specific timing of the day with this sessions like the Japan session, London session, or New York session. Those are three primary sessions where you want to look into. So certain robots or expert advisors in the forex market only trades in London session. Maybe it's New York session or Japan session. Um, so those are things that we need to know and we need to adjust. Now, luckily, I already built these robots, and these markets are on the market on my website, and they're already preset for you. So you don't need to basically adjust them. And when you buy it, I send out updates if an update is necessary. Ideally, it's just yearly. It's not like every week or every day. So you would buy the expert advisor and then you put it on there and put in the presets, which we're going to talk about more, and just let it go. So tip number 3, which I kind of mentioned already, is you need to be on the correct hour chart. The correct hour chart, there's 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, monthly, or weekly, and then monthly. So you need to have the expert advisor work on a certain time frame that needs to be on. Again, my expert advisors are preset for those times. It's just the way they're programmed. Um, but if you ever come across an expert advisor, if you don't buy my EAs, just know that it needs to be on the right charts or the right charts, hours, and what session is it be trading. Okay. Um, so let's get into something here. Let me close all this for right now, or just minimize it, and I'm gonna show you. Let's say you got an EA from me, okay, and we're gonna import an expert advisor, and we're gonna adjust the presets, okay. So let's just pretend you have the EA. Let's open Euro, okay, and let's take off the grid. I hate that grid, and I like it on candles. Okay, so right now we're on the 1 hour chart. And I'm going to press this navigator, this little star button. And I am going to go to my expert advisors. Okay. And the most popular one is CCIMA. Okay. And then you just drop that onto the platform. Okay. This one let's try something. Yeah, let's try this one I'm working on. How about that? So I'll give you a little sneak peek on this very special candle scalper. Scalper is basically scalpers get in, get out. Most of my expert advisors do that. They just get in, pinch it, grab the profits, and get out. Now, everyone, ideally, when you trade the market in forex, you probably stay in for days. That's when the trend switches on you because you're in there for too long, right? You need to forex market is designed to get in and get out. Okay. Uh, Tip number 4. Let's just say that. So you want to get in, get out. Okay. Um, so let's try the scalper that I'm designing, and I'll give you a little sample of this. Let's put this onto the chart. Okay. So make sure everyone can see that. Okay. So when this comes, okay, let me do it again one more time. Put that onto the chart. This little window pops up, and it wants to know your settings. Okay. Now, never ever change these settings without me. Okay. Because unless you're a pure expert on all these numbers here. Okay. So moving target, moving average 2, 3, 4. Okay. Those are numbers preset onto this beta expert advisor I'm working on. Okay. So no one's seen this yet. You're the first one to see this. Okay. So let's load a preset. Okay. So when you download an expert advisor from me, you're going to get presets, my presets. Okay. Because the expert advisor, when you put it onto a chart, that's just the starting stage of it. And then you need to add in what do you want it to do. Okay, so let's go to Candle Scalp version 1. It's my very first version. And okay, so the preset is EU 4 hour. Okay, not 15 minutes, not 1 day, not monthly, 4 hour. So I'm going to add that in there, press open. Now it changed everything here. Okay, it changed the hours, so it's only going to tray from 1600 hours. Okay, to 17, but it's gonna be on a 4 hour chart, so this, to the hour mark, it's not gonna matter. Let's change our. Let's press OK. Actually, let's do 1.0 trade size. Those are the big boys. But whenever you first start off, kind of start small, like 0.01 or 2 or 3. But if you're a big boy or big woman, I guess, you definitely want to trade size. The higher the trade size, the more money you're going to get. Okay. Now take profits. Now let's talk about this. Take profits is 5 pips. Stop loss is 50. Now I could already tell your eyebrows like, what? No, forget it. Right? Now, this is where everyone messes up. Right here. Okay, everyone has to take profit higher than the stop loss. Okay, I have the stop loss way deeper down, like 50 pips rather than 5 pips. Okay, why? Because the 50 pips gives the trend some room to bounce. Okay, and then when it bounces, it's gonna hit that 5 pip. Okay, so give it room to bounce, and then when you get the 5 pips, it's gonna wait another 4 hours, and then jump in again, grab the 5 pips. So now you got 10 pips, 15, 20, 25, 30, and it builds. Okay, so the higher the pips, the more riskier your expert advisor will be. Okay, so the stop loss I put there 50 because it gives it room to bounce. Okay, so that's on the chart right here. This is actually live right here. Let's open our back test and let's practice this chart here. Oh, dang it. Okay, let's shrink this down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back test the chart, the expert advisor with the preset. Back testing is a practice run, so you kind of practice everything and see if it works or not. So let's go to period. Let's go to 4 hour. And this is important when you do a back test. Back test is the spread. How far do you want the spread? Okay. Let me do a full screen on this so you can see it. Okay. So you're not seeing my face on there. Can you see it? Anything? Nope. I wonder if you can see my mouth. Okay. All right. Anyways, so the 4 hour chart, let's go to 4 hours and let's change this to Euro USD. Okay. Let me see if I could get my mouse in here. I don't think so. You can't even see my mouse, huh? All right. Well, I can't fix that right now. I'm gonna waste time. I should check into that. Let's go to settings because I want you to see my mouse when I'm pointing at something. Someone just wrote in my comments that, hey, I can't see your mouse. Settings. Okay, video. Advanced. Where's the mouse? All right, blah blah blah. All right. Well, I guess you can't see my mouse right now. Projectors, no. Sorry about this. 1 second. I just want everyone. Well, it's wasting time. I'm not into wasting time, so I'll just click on it, and then you can see it. So, like, if I click on here, you'll see that thing drop down. All right. Anyways, sorry about that. And let's just change our expert advisor to the scalp. Oh, candle scalp. Okay, and let's go to Expert Advisor. Let's load a preset. All right, MT4 experts presets. These are the presets you'll get when you buy the full package. Okay, let's go to candle scalp. Let's put in the 4-hour. Let's open 4-hour. And let's change the trade size to 1.0. Let's change our money to like $50,000. So pretend we have that much money. Does anybody have that much money? Probably do. Well, I could say if you have that much money, don't blow it if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so model, let's do control points, and we're gonna do a back test, and we're gonna see how well this works. Let's press start. Oh, we want to go faster than that. So, like again, let's just take a look at how this expert advisor works here. It's one expert work I'm working on. Okay, so if you see it pinches, it goes in and out. Now you would think you want to stay in longer, but if you just pinch it means just grab the 5 pips and get out. Your risk level is like slim to none because you will eventually have to get to 5 pips as it reverses. Okay, so here it is. Let's do let's add a moving average. So the first one is going to be 2, I believe. Pause it. And then envelopes. Okay, 10. Well, actually, it's 30. Okay, so the envelopes is if it's in the envelope, between these two lines, it's not going to do anything. Okay, let's look at our graph here. So far, it's pure profit. We're growing. Okay. The results, $50 per. That 5 pips. Great, you could get 50 pips, like $50. So look, we already made $350 in a few days on this back test. Okay, so and imagine like 100 of these robots on different charts, right? Now 5, 10, 15, 20, and this grows from there. So just on this chart, you're grabbing 5 pips, okay? Let's see if we can grab another one here. Okay, so the robot on this is kind of like in fast motion. The robot is looking for the perfect trade. Now try to not look at these big dips like that because psychologically we want to be in that market when it dips like that, right? But not for the robot. The robot does not care about those big dips like that. It just cares if it's a good opportunity. Okay, so this made a sell. Okay, it dipped down to 5 minutes, and look how it's reversing. Perfect example. It just reversed right when it entered the sell point, and it just grabbed the pips, the 5 pips, and get out. Okay. So that was a good example. Here's another one. Grab 5 pips, get out. Okay. Here, let me try to do a full screen here. Let's see another one. So it watches out. It looks out for you when it reverses like that. Because when it reverses, you're going to be in that negative. There's another one. 5 pips. Okay. Okay, so let me try to fast forward just a little bit. Okay, let's just do fast motion. Okay. Okay, good. This one should have got out right there, but so here's some more good ones. Look at all these trades it's making. So pure profit going up right here. I just stopped it right here, so I was a little dip because that's the downside. But yeah, this is there's like no loss in this expert advisor. So the negative 341 is at that point because I stopped the trade. Okay, because we're at that point. So it made, $4,800 pure, compared to negative 341. Profit factor is 14.22. That is incredible. Imagine having this on your team, or imagine having like 10 of these, or 5 of these, right? Or 20, or 30. So you definitely want your profit factor to be more than 2. Okay. This profit factor for this one I just built right now is 1422. Okay, pure profit. You can't lose. Okay, so I've been making a lot of money with this brand new one. Okay, all right, cool. So we talk about seasonal, we talk about time sensitives, and we talk about which pairs you do a back test on what pairs do you want. Okay, there's a lot of these, so make sure. Well, I mean, I do this for you, so you don't need to make sure nothing. You just buy it and put it in. That's all you do. Okay. And I have some tutorials on how to turn it on, how to turn it off. So look out for that. That's on my website. Okay. So that's the importance of back testing, because this is back testing. You want to make sure it works before you put your real money into this expert advisor. Okay. So I don't sell junk. Okay. I make sure you're gonna be well off in your forex trading career. Um, just basically trading, or just have your computer trade. And the trick is you gotta leave your computer on. Don't have it go on sleep. Don't have it go on screen saver. Just turn off your monitor, or leave your computer on, or just turn off the brightness, because it needs to be alive, the computer. And if you close your computer or you shut it down, it's not, the robot turns off, because it's not, you know because when you have it on, this is supposed to be okay, like, it looks at all these trades. And this expert advisor is really good in trading on a sideways trend. Okay. And the trick is 4 hours right in the middle, because it's less frequency. If you go anything at 15 chart, it'll change, it'll be different. Watch, I want to show you, if we went to like a 30-minute chart, look at the how it'll be. Let's get the outcome to this. Okay, big dip down. Okay, I don't like that dip. Still pretty good in 30-minute. Like, dang. Not too bad. There's a dip right there. All right. Not that bad. Huh. Interesting. It's my first time looking at that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's still going up. It's not going down on your back tests. Okay. Let's just stop right there. Okay. Okay, so not too bad in the 30-minute mark. When you stop a trend, your back test, you'll have a big dip like that. That's because you just stopped it. Results 50-50, no losses. Okay. All right, not bad. Not bad on that. I was pretty impressed. Okay, so we're almost done with this webinar. I'm taking way too much of your time here. That's the importance of back testing. Okay, so basically, let me do a 4-hour chart here. Yeah, 4-hour chart, definitely 100%, because I don't like losing at all. And I'm sure you don't like losing as well. No more losing in the forex market. That ends today. No more. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is I am going to draw an offer, and I want you to join my AI club. Okay. So I'm gonna be doing weekly courses. Okay, and we're gonna talk about the results of my expert advisors, and we're going to talk about, hey, try this expert about, you could beta test it with me. And I design expert advisors all day. That's what I do. So I might put it into the club and say, tell me what you guys think about this expert advisor. Is it working for you or not? All right. And I don't give out junk. I'll make sure it's successful. And if you have any recommendations on certain things, we'll talk about it in the club. Um, so that's a great thing. And I definitely want you to get the full package. But definitely buy the full package. I dropped the price to 19.99, which is extremely amazing because you can make that money within the week, right? This like next week coming up, you'll make that money back in no time, right? So it just depends on how much money you put in. Okay, if you're not comfortable with buying it, try out the demo first, and then we could talk about the full package. Okay, but here's a twist. I'm After Sunday, the price is going to go back to 29.99. So only for today, Saturday, and Sunday, it's 19.99. So $10 off, and you join my trading club, which is the value is I only put the price on the website because it's ridiculous, but I definitely want you to join the club. Okay, so that is that is it. So the buy the EAs on the bottom, join the club, join it today. We'll start right away. You'll get those EAs, and Monday morning you'll be rocking. Okay, you'll make that money back in no time. All right, so good luck, and write down any questions on the text on the bottom, and I will answer it right away. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna. Well, it looks like trading's over, so looks like I have the weekend, right? So hope everyone had a really good Thanksgiving, and see you later. Thanks. Oh, not on me.